All right, next today here on Jinka Java, I just wanted to say rest in peace to Anthony Bourdain and to talk about the influence that he's had here in Vietnam. Secondly, I wanted to look at the season of summer and how I feel about it in my life and why I think it's the greatest time of year ever, and to give some just some spiritual and personal and travel connections to summer. Finally, as we're nearing Bloomsday, that is the anniversary of Jinka Jabo, I'm thinking of new plans for what's next, and I am open to ideas. And even though progress has been slow, there's a lot coming up. So we'll talk about that next here today on Jinka Jabo. So anyways, I'm sure everyone has heard Anthony Bourdain has died of an apparent suicide. This happened just a couple of days ago. And of course he is the celebrity chef who he was a star on CNN, I believe. And I didn't know much about him, but he came to Vietnam a couple of years ago when I first got here and when Obama was here. And the place where he and Obama ate was renamed Obama's Restaurant, and they even went so far as to put the table where they sat in a plastic or a glass case in the back. And I've been to this restaurant once or twice, but it was only just to have beers with friends, and I don't really remember going in the back area. But if you see those great pictures, you see Obama sitting on plastic stools and drinking Hanoi beer just like the rest of us, which was really sweet and really just sad thing to remember him by, and I'm very sad to hear about his death. And there's already been all sorts of weird stuff going on about it. Watching Alex Jones, which I watch, mostly ironically, I hope, but there are times when Infowars just comes up with some really strange stuff, and they're talking about it being there's connections to Kanye West or something else, or he got red-pilled, or the CNN top chef is the one suddenly who is the top chef for CNN is suddenly red-pilled, and that's creating a problem. And there's a fear that there's going to be this red resurgence or something. I don't know. It's hard to keep track of all this insane political symbolism, and it's tragic when stuff like this gets leapt on for these ill purposes. And I almost got myself in a bit of a tangle because I made a joke right away when it happened. Someone said, "Oh, CNN is reporting, but we're not sure if it's fake news." It's like, well, yeah, of course we don't know if it's fake news because it's CNN. I personally do not like the term fake news because it comes directly from Nazism, Lügenpresse. I prefer calling it the lamestream media or something, or maybe outdated media. But calling it fake news is kind of I don't know if Trump intended that or not, but it has been used in the same way that the Nazis used that insidious term Lügenpresse. On to some happier news. I just wanted to talk briefly about why I think summer is the best time ever. And this is the time that I have traveled the most. And this is the time of year when I started my travels around the world. When I first left the country was July of many years ago. And that's when I first went to Europe. And it was just amazing. But even as a kid, even before I discovered travel, and looking at it, I was looking back at my own life and then seeing how I've been to more places in summer than any other season. But anyway, even as a kid, I loved it because I didn't hate school or anything. I just loved the idea of just having time with my older brothers and just watching TV and playing video games and having water gun fights and going to the library and stuff like that. I mean, that's the stuff that I really treasure is just thinking about those memories of being able to stay up really late. And how that's extended so far in my adult life is that as a teacher, certainly, I've been able to take time off during the summer more, and so I've been able to travel more. and these days are just endless. And so everything about summer, especially summer in Asia, I think of the lotuses that are blooming right now, and I think of cicadas. And I love the sound of cicadas. I love that. That's music to me. Just hearing that is so beautiful. And longer days, having lots of sun. I remember being in Sweden in July, and the sun coming up. And this was in Stockholm. The sun came up at like 2:30 or 3 a.m. or something. Memories get blurry with time, but summer is the best, and I always try to live it up. And I've already, today I just arrived to the beach, so I've already gone swimming in the beach, and it's sort of this series of rituals that I go through each summer. Like I always have to go see a stupid blockbuster film and things like that. But I've gotten my road trip out of the way. I'm going to focus on Jinka Jabo, which brings us finally to coming up on the year anniversary. I believe I started, it must have been, I think the dates were wrong. It wasn't exactly on June 16th. I think it was on June 15th when the channel officially got started. But it was Bloomsday here, which is what matters. And, you know, I've been quite used to celebrating the extended Bloomsday. And talking about June 16th, even before I even found the novel that took place on the longest day in literature, of course, it was just a special day for me. And on that Bloomsday in China is when I got my 2 cats. And anyway, there's a lot to say about it. But the fact is, it's been over 100 episodes. And it's been a year, and I'm still making episodes, and I'm still going to keep talking into camera, and I'm still going to keep doing this. Because in the end, it's not about popularity or anything else. It's about expressing myself fully. And it's also a therapeutic sense. Like, it's so much easier just to talk into a camera anonymously in a lot of respects, even though I know a few people who do tune in whenever I post stuff. But that's all therapy is. So I think I'm going to be a bit more candid, a bit more personal. And I'm just going to make a ton more videos, because that's all there is to it. I just have to hit play, and the more I do it, the more fun it is. And if you have any ideas or interests, I've got some book reviews. I've been promising these for months and months now. And I've got some Twitter stuff, and of course the more the spiritual stuff. I'm getting way more into that. But, you know, as a physician, I do need to heal myself. And being out here, Dong Hoi, where I sang in Heavenly Love Abiding those few months ago, I forget exactly when, but I did record a video here not long ago. It just makes me so grateful to still be here, and so grateful for summertime, and so inspired just to keep doing what I'm doing and to do it full speed, as I encourage all of you to do the same. And as always, may your path in life be free.